All right, everybody, what is going on? Good morning. Happy Saturday. We have made it to the weekend and we have made it to the first day of August. We are rolling over the calendar. August 1st is here, which is obviously pretty big for football fans because August means we're just about to get going here. And we are just a handful of days away from the first preseason game. And from that point, we are basically just going to keep on rolling until the Seahawks actually start playing football. And pretty soon they'll start playing football games that actually count. And just like that, we're back in the football season. This video is sponsored by Prize Picks. So every month, on the first video of each month, I try to take to talk about the month that we had on the channel and talk about the month that we hope to have going forward. So let's talk a little bit about July 1st. And let's start with just the YouTube side of things, the main side of things. And let me just say, ended up being a really great month on YouTube. I definitely pushed myself more than I usually do. July is typically a month where there's not a lot going on. June and July are that 2-month period where the off season gets really sleepy. And during the month of July, I decided to kind of go for it a little bit more than I usually do. I posted more videos. I found more things to discuss. And basically, when we were in July, I stopped worrying so much about whether or not everything that I talked about was actually like video worthy. And I just decided to go with it and figure that, look, not everything I make is going to be a hit. Not everything I make is going to appeal to a lot of people, but I know that there's somebody out there that appreciates this stuff and that at the very least I can get something out of it and somebody out there gets something out of it, then what's wrong with it? So for the month of July, there was a lot of the typical content that I do in that month, like for instance, prediction stuff. There was stuff about who the Seahawks were looking at to sign. They had a couple guys in for workouts. They had a couple guys who they were apparently interested in, but didn't necessarily sign. We did, like I said, all the prediction videos. We got some injury stuff. We got some rumor. So we got the typical Seattle Seahawk videos that you get in the dead part of the off season, and we talked about that. But we also did some stuff with the draft, the upcoming NFL draft. We did some stuff where we evaluated who the most intriguing players in the 2027 draft will be. We talked a little bit about things like what's going on with Bobby Wagner and if he's going to find a team or not. We talked about the way in which the team is being perceived by the national media and other supposed experts. And we were able to actually have a really active month. There were like close to 100 videos, I believe, in the month of July on the channel. Right around there. Yeah, yeah. Actually, it was almost exactly 100 videos on the month now that I'm looking at it. And that's not something I would typically do for a month like this. So, really happy with the way that played out. And like I said, some of the videos were very, very intriguing and appealing to a wide base of viewers, and some were not. And it's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm happy that I was able to do as much as I did. And once you got to the second half of the month, we had, well, first of all, the Seahawks were officially sold to Kashla. And that was the one big thing that actually happened in July that was a little bit unexpected, or at the very least atypical. So that was great. But other than that, we just kind of rolled into the last week where training camp started. We've been talking about training camp a lot lately. That's been the main thing. And yeah, July ended up being pretty darn active. All right, guys, let's take a quick break here to talk a little bit about Prize Picks, currently the #1 sports pick app in America. The app is very easy to use. Check it out to my left here. You can do player picks, where you just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. Or you can pick teams, where you pick winners, spread, or total on any game or fight. The app is available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida. Right now, they have a great offer. You can play your first $5 lineup and get $150 in lineups if you win. All you have to do is use code HMA when you sign up. It's a brand new offer. Best time possible to get on the app. So get on over there and get to winning that first lineup. So remember, Prize Picks, code HMA. Download the app today, and remember to always gamble responsibly. Oh, sorry, my bad. Wrong button. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that was basically the month of July. It was great. More than 180,000 views, which is really good for July, especially a July where, for as much as I was thinking that we would be getting some action in the form of contract extensions, as of the start of August, we have not. In fact, I don't believe we did any notable contract extensions in the entire month of July. We did like the Nick Vannett signing. We did a couple of other signings as well. Bobby Hart might have been in July. Maybe it was June. I can't remember for sure, but no Devin Witherspoon, no Leonard Williams. We didn't sign anybody like a Jadeveon Clowney. Nothing huge happened other than Koshla being the new owner of the team. But despite that, we were still able to find stuff, and that was awesome. Subscribers have started to pick up again now that we're actually seeing football things happen. So we've blitzed past 21,300 subs. Should be able to keep on pushing up, get up to around 21,400 by the end of August. So that's probably about the goal. Going to be modest. I know it's the preseason still, and it's only 3 preseason games. Not going to go crazy yet. But good to see that stuff start to come back, because obviously during the off season, things really slammed the brakes in the subscriber department. So thank you to everybody who watched videos over the month of July. Thank you to everybody who subscribed during July. Thank you to everybody who clicked like on videos, who hyped videos, who commented. It's all appreciated. And here we are now going into the first big month of the season. If you consider the off season to start in May, then this is the first month where things really start to hit. So thank you for a successful July. I really went for it with all the videos that I made. And for the most part, people responded. They didn't respond to everything, but that's what happens when you're trying a wide variety of different topics. Some of those topics are not going to appeal to everybody, and there's nothing wrong with that. So going into August now, like I said, 3 preseason games. We've got the mock game coming up pretty soon here. We've got more training camp sessions. We're going to have more stuff coming out of practice even after the season starts. A couple of injury things we want to keep an eye on here. And it's very likely, I don't want to guarantee anything, but it is very likely that at some point in August, Devin Witherspoon and Leonard Williams get extended. And I believe that Witherspoon's going to set the market at his position. And I don't think Leonard Williams will, but he will become one of the highest paid defensive tackles in football. So that's going to be pretty big. That's going to be pretty heavy. That's going to be weighty. And you put all that stuff together. And personally, I'm hoping we can start getting those extensions done like later today. The sooner the better. I would love to be able to make a video later today talking about the Witherspoon extension. But whenever it happens, we'll definitely be talking about it here. So those are the big things that are probably going to happen in the month of August. And other than that, I don't know if there's too much else that can go down. Maybe there's a trade. I think that's less likely. Maybe we sign a free agent. I know that we're interested in Clowney, but there are a lot of reasons to believe why that won't happen. So I don't know if there's much else that's going to go down, but we don't necessarily need anything else because we're going to get games. We got 3 preseason games. And the mock game, I mean, that's interesting, right? I know that the mock game is not even a preseason game in stature, but still interesting to see what happens, right? So that's going to be August, and we're going to have a blast. Like I said, hopefully we can get to 21,400 subs by the end of the month. I'm not going to set the bar too high because it is still the preseason, but things should start flowing in a little bit more there just because football is actually starting. I might do a live stream of one of the preseason games, a watch along. I'm not sure. The watch along streams I did last year didn't really catch on, so I don't know if that's something I'm going to continue trying to do. We'll see. But keep an eye out for that. That's always a possibility. And other than that, August, we're going to do a little bit of Husky stuff. I don't really know how to feel about the team this year, admittedly, but they shouldn't be bad. So I am going to be doing Husky stuff throughout the season. Mariners, I'm kind of dropping at this point because it's depressing, and I don't really have time to think about them right now anyway. when they're not giving me anything positive to think about anyway. So I'm probably just done with that. But August, we're switching over to football mode full time, NFL football, and a little bit of college, and not looking back until the season's over. Okay, so that's the YouTube stuff. Twitch, streamed a little bit more on Twitch in July, although I definitely wanted to do more. Been very busy, been very occupied. Haven't been able to do as much as I wanted to. It's all been about The Witcher. Again, to anybody who may be interested, I am streaming on YouTube. I am dual streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and Kick all at the same time now when I game. So if you want to watch me, you can do it on YouTube or Twitch or Kick. Right now it's all about The Witcher 3. I'm past the halfway point of the game. Really need to start cranking more hours into that, because if I don't start playing it more, it'll never get done because the game is so long. But we are pushing through there, made a little bit of progress there. And hopefully we beat the game at sometime in the month of August. Don't know if I will. And I've got plenty of other stuff queued up. I'm still sitting on Xenoblade, still sitting on Returnal, Fire Emblem, not Three Houses. It's the other one. It's the Gaiden Fire Emblem. These are games I've had for a while and just have never gotten to. I'm going to get to them at some point. So that's about all I can say about that. Still doing stuff for Seahawks on SI, still posting. During July, I posted about an article a day. And now that we're in August and things are going to start getting a little bit more interesting, I'm going to try to up it to 2 a day. And then when we get to September, I'm going to try to do 3. I don't know how practical that is, but I'm going to be writing a lot for Seahawks on SI. So if you're not following me over there, definitely follow me over there now, because things are going to get pretty active once the football games start. And that's about... I do have a little bit of bad news, though. So let's do that now. My time at Bleacher Report has actually come to an end. I'm not going to be making videos over there for Bleacher Report. It was a lot of fun while I was over there. I spent about a year and a half with them, made a lot of videos, did a lot of good stuff with them. We did the simulated draft last year, which was awesome. They were great, and I did a lot of great work for them. I'm proud of the work that I did, but that is going to be going away, and I may try to what you might see me do, and I'm not sure about this yet, is that starting in August and going forward, I might start posting more on TikTok, because I still have a TikTok. Haven't posted on it in quite some time, but since the videos I was doing on Bleacher Report were kind of similar to a TikTok video in some ways, I might start posting on TikTok again. Maybe I'll try to do like 1 video a day over there. I don't know. We'll see. But the way in which you make a video for TikTok is very similar to the way I was doing things on Bleacher. So maybe I'll start doing that in August. We will see. And I think that's really about it. Pretty normal stuff otherwise, man. Pretty normal stuff otherwise. Thank you for a great month of July. Thank you to everybody who supported me in any way that you did. And now that we are here for the start of the 2026 season, at least preseason wise, we are off to the races. So today might be slow. I don't know, right? There's no practice today. I know that. And for all we know, maybe some contracts get done. That would obviously be a very, very big focus if something went down. But we won't know until we get there. All right, so thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Go Hawks. Awesome July. Let's crush it in August. Definitely going to be going for like 4 videos a day. And I don't know how practical that is. We will see. But I'm going to be pushing out as much content as I can. Just keep watching it, keep supporting it, and we will be good. All right, go Hawks. See you guys soon. And let's keep it going here on Seahawks Brendan Nelson.